There are more and more people in poverty now than there ever has been. Charity shops are pricing out poor people in favour of the middle and upper classes. What's happened to Britain's once amazing charity shops, where you could go down, grab yourself a bargain, and come away feeling really good about yourself? I grew up a really, really, really poor kid, really poor, and I'm talking, we didn't get new clothes. We'd get clothes once a year from a man that, charity link here, for a man that I thought was called Mr. Bernardo's. And I just thought he was like a friend of the family or something. It'd be every Christmas, well, just before Christmas, Mr. Bernardo's would come down with some big black bin bags full of clothes. He'd pour them all out on the floor. There'd be like everything from old men's tweed jackets through to little girls' dresses. And you're like, Mr. Bernardo, why would I wear this? So yeah, the long and short of it was we'd go through, we'd select about 5 or 6 items for ourselves. And it's like, oh, brilliant. That would be our clothes for the year. That would be our clothes for the year. Like we'd have to pick bigger things as well, because our mum would be saying, oh, you need things you can grow into, so that's too tight, you're not wearing that. Have that jumper where the sleeves dangle off the end of your arm. So yeah, so that's what we did. That would be our clothes for the year. I remember times where we didn't have food for 2 days, and I remember having to go around to a friend's house to ask if they'd got any spare apples, and me and my brother had an apple that had been split in half. We had an apple each to sustain us on that second day. Until the money finally came in. Yeah, so that's my background. So I had fond memories of being taken around market stalls, which again you'd get some really good bargains on. Normally it was old natty stuff that people didn't want. Car boot sales was another great one, where again you'd get really, really cheap stuff that nobody else wanted, and it was mainly a poor person's paradise. But the best one was the UK charity shop. But I remember being dragged around the charity shops by my mum and by my dad, and while we were in there, that would be, I think, like maybe once in a blue moon, they'd have £5 spare, and it's like, that's your £5, go and get something that you're going to need. Invariably, I'd come back with like a Sega Master System game or something, to which they'd go, no, you're not having that, go and get yourself something you're going to need all year. So yeah, I'd come back with coats and things. But again, it was when I got a bit older and we had a little bit more money coming into the house, it was a fantastic thing where it would be great for retro, not just games. You could pick up like Transformers and things like that, so you could have a laugh with your friends, and like, yeah, they've got all the new consoles and they've got all the new play figures. You've got the old natty ones, but your kids, it doesn't really matter. Sadly, what appears to have happened nowadays is charity shops have become a business, and I understand why. They want to make as much money as possible, and they want that money to go towards the charities that they are obviously representing. So there's a misconception that all these people that are working in the charity shops are not getting paid, and all the money that comes in from these free donations just goes straight into some fat cat CEO's pockets. I say misconception, there is some truth to that. A lot of voluntary work it happens at the charity shops. It is a place where not many people get paid. Normally you get a paid store manager, and everybody else is just working there for the love of it. Well, we will touch on that later. But the store manager, for example, so it's 2024 now. I think your average income is something like £24,000, I think, across the UK. This is just me spitballing. I'll try and put the official figure up here for the average UK income for a single person. So I saw a manager's position advertised at a charity shop locally near me, and it was £13 an hour for 36 hours a week. So I think averaging that out, and again, I'm not good with maths, I think that is about 24, I think. Again, I'll try and do the maths and I'll put up what it actually is here. This is where you find that Donald's maths are absolutely blooming terrible. So they're not on great money for managing a store. Bear in mind where a lot of the people that are volunteering there are elderly, and they just want to get out the house. Or sometimes you've got people with learning difficulties, that's their way of interacting with people, so they go in with it. So the managers that you get in charity shops have got a completely different skill set to, you know, Sandra at Tesco's, who just barks at you for being too slow on your till. So that's that point. So you've got normally one paid person in the store, and you do have a CEO, and the CEOs do take a lot of money, and we're talking up to £700,000 a year, which probably could be better invested than giving it to somebody who just sits there going, I've got an idea, give me your free stuff and I'll sell it. I mean, that's not too hard to think about, is it? But we go back to the people that work there for free. Again, there's lots and lots of lovely people that just want to give their time to charities that are dear to their heart. There are also people, like a friend of mine, who worked at a charity shop, so anything valuable that came in, he could stuff in a black bin bag out the back, and it was a deal that he had with the manager at the store. They'd all just like have bin bags of stuff that was really expensive. At the end of the day, they'd put in a nominal donation, so even if they had a bin bag full of really, really rare computer games, they might put in £5 and that'd go to the charity. They'd take those games home, they'd stick them on eBay and they'd sell them. My mate doesn't do that anymore, I should say. He is an old boy like me now, but bear in mind the manager of the store at the time was getting paid and they were doing that. So swings and roundabouts, you know, not everybody that works at a charity store is a saint. And again, I use the word work, not everybody that volunteers is a saint. So what's the point of this video? It used to be a place where poor people could go and get bargains, particularly where a family that wanted to do something good would go in, they'd donate their goods knowing that that's going to go to families that need them and can't afford them. Now, charity shops are a rip-off. They've bumped their prices up, so it's pricing out poor people. It's become some sort of bougie hipster paradise. Oh my God, Tarquin, look at the pantaloons I've just found. These are amazing. It's not for that. If you want that, use Vinted, yeah? And charity shops, I hope you are listening. You have priced out poor people. It's got to the point now where I'm a retro game collector. If I go into a charity shop and I see a bargain, fantastic. But you know what? I don't care if I go into a charity shop and see something that's roughly worth what it's for. You know, if I go in there and they've got a game that I've been after for a while and the disc is in average condition, I'd rather give you the money than give it to some corporate entity where it's just going in somebody's back pockets. Because again, going back to the income of charity shops, there's a misconception that all that money goes straight into the rich CEO's back pocket. I think it's something like 86%. Again, this is just spitballing. These are figures I read a long time ago. I think it's 86% of all income to charity, that's donations and sales from charity shops, go straight to the people that need it. Which is why they try and keep their overheads really low. I think they get like grants from the government for businesses. So every time you see someone slating charity shops on your local Facebook group, go,
"No, that's a shop that Marks and Spencer could have had."
Whatever, you know, it's not a shop that Marks and Spencer could have had because they don't want it. If they wanted it, they'd pay the money and they'd have it. Charity shops do get it cheaper, but a lot of the times charity shops are just taking these places on because nobody else wants them. So anyway, 86%, I think, again, let's put the number up here. 86% or whatever of all income at charity shops tends to go to the people that actually deserve it. And I'm a fan of that. But what happens to those poor people, me when I was a kid, what happens to them when they've got somewhere where they can't get a t-shirt to wear that's of a reasonable price? Where I went into a charity shop recently, I think they were selling like brand named shoes, like Adidas shoes, and I think they wanted something like £65 for them. And you think that might have been a little kid's treat. His mum might have gone, oh my God, some actual like decent quality Adidas trainers. They're in a size 3. That's perfect for my son. Even if they fall apart in 6 months, I don't mind buying them because they're only £10. And then she looks at the price tag and goes, £65, 65. I can go to Primark and get some shoes for a tenner. Why am I going to buy my son these Adidas ones? So charity shops are pricing out poor people in favour of the middle and upper classes who just see them as some sort of, I don't know. I don't. Is it fun? Is it something you can just put on Insta and go, look what I found in the thrift store. Stop saying thrift store. Look what I found in the thrift store today. Ho 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 ho. Please, charity shops, go back to giving poor people goods. And again, I know I mentioned my Polish missus a lot. I went over to Poland with her recently. A lot of the stuff that English charity shops reject, so as in they just look at it and go, that's worth nothing, get rid of that. It goes over to Poland, and if you go to their charity shops, it's full of poor families, again, walking out with bags of clothes like I used to do when I was a kid. And they're all good condition. They're all great quality clothes. It's just maybe not something that they can shift quickly. Let's go back to that, British charity shops. Let's use those things. Even if you have an upmarket charity shop where, you know, perhaps I might go to look at some rare games, or I might go, do you know what, I want some Lacoste trainers. I'm going to go to the upmarket charity shop. Let's have a two-tier charity shop. One for people that just go in and see it as something fun, or maybe you can get a bargain from there. One for actual poor people, the way I grew up, and this is happening more and more in the British society. There are more and more people in poverty now than there ever has been. I don't want to get too political, but let's just say the government haven't been looking after the people lower down the rung. And yeah, I'd like to see charity shops looking after those people as well, because there aren't bargains for these people anymore. Life is hard enough. Give them somewhere to go where they can get deals. Anyway, back to me being selfish. This is what you tend to find as well as a gamer if you go charity shop hunting. Should point out, for fairness, you do get the occasional bargain in a charity shop, but normally it's when they've already had a high price on a game and it's just sat there and nobody's bought it, so it might have been shuffled to the back of the system. So this one I've seen in my local charity shop for maybe 6 months now, and again, luckily they never reprice things, so the initial price goes on. I still think now it has reached what it is actually worth. Maybe not to trade, but maybe to buy. We'll check. So I bought it just to get it out of the way. It's most wanted for the Xbox 360. Again, I think Xbox 360 is the only sort of thing that I'm fairly competent on the prices. Let's have a look at the quality. Oh God, it comes with the instruction manual. That's good. It comes with the instruction manual, and the disc is. Not. It's £2. It's £2. It's gone to charity. Yeah, that's most wanted. Not by me though. I don't want that at all. we can get rid of that one. This game, I didn't know it. I know the base model. I didn't know this one. I don't know what you get extra on it. It does say on the back, but it means nothing to me. It's Star Wars The Force Unleashed, the Ultimate Sith Edition, and as you can see, it cost me 12 quid. Is that good? Is that bad? I don't know. We'll find out. I just saw it. I didn't have it. It was in a charity shop. The money's going to charity, so whatever. I'll probably find out it's worth like a £5. I don't know. But yeah, wanted that, didn't have it, and I've not seen it ever in my local CEX. Oh God, fingers crossed. I can already see it's got 2 discs, so that's something. Comes with the instruction manual. Good. First disc. Ooh. Mild scratches, but for a charity shop, that's really good. What have we got here? Second disc. Yeah. Second, that's a charity shop disc. It's a little bit scratched. Should work, so keeping it. Star Wars The Force Unleashed, the Ultimate Sith Edition. So, yeah, it comes with 3 reimagined classic trilogy levels. I don't know. Keep that one. What have we got now? Now, this one. Again, this has been in my local charity shop. Oh God. Again, maybe 6 months, if not longer. The price has started to rocket upwards recently. Luckily, they've not realised. I think I can trade it in for maybe £10 to £15 because I've already got a copy. I bought it for £15. It is the Simpsons game on the Xbox 360. So again, I need to strike while the iron is hot with this because I don't think it's going to stay at that price for a long time. It is a good game. It is an enjoyable game. Please, for £15, show me that the disc is in good condition, because you can't take damaged games back to a charity shop, can you? Blummin' heck. Right, already, little Mr. Autistic Me is upset because they've put the thing on the wrong. I'm going to have to flip the cover around because that winds me up. I can't deal with that. The manual is in horrific condition. It looks like that's been swimming. Someone read it in the bathtub. I don't know, but it's not in the best condition. I don't care about that. Here's the moment of truth. The disc. And that is... I don't know. Can I show it to the camera? Can I show it? It's playable. I don't think it's picking it up. It's got nasty scratches all over it. I think if you run that through a disc cleaner, I think it will work. So yeah, hopefully I can make my money back on that. But that's what you get nowadays in charity shops. You don't get the bargains you used to get. You used to find these for like £1 each. When I was a poor kid, when I had no money whatsoever, that was my bread and butter. It'd be, you go to the local charity shop, or you go to the local market, and they just have stacks of games that people just didn't want anymore, and they'd be 50p a pound, that sort of thing, and you'd just have hours and hours, days, months of fun with those games, and then you'd take them back, and you might get 50p for your game, but again, you'd pay £1 for another one, and that's so it was almost like a library. So yeah, just continually trade in your old games. Now, what a horrific world we're in, where charity shops have priced out. Yeah, they've priced out poor people, which is the whole point of them. And by the way, when I was saying about trading in, you don't trade in a charity shop. If you're watching in America, you donate your goods, so everything you give to them, they get for free, which is why normally they just try and get a little bit of cash to just give to, the charity. Now it's really starting to take the mickey, because I don't know if it's like a trend. If posh people have started going to charity shops, they can go, oh my God, Margaret, look what I found in there. I found a mink coat. And it's not just games, it's happening with clothes. I went in the other day, I saw a jacket I liked, not even an expensive jacket, it looked like a Primark sort of jacket. Normally I'd expect to pay £5, maybe £10 for that. If I'm in a charity shop, £55. £55 for a jacket that you can probably get new from Primark for about 30. So they do it with t-shirts all the time. I think, did I find this? I think I found this in a charity shop, and you can see how old it is. If I go up to the camera, look at that condition. But I love it. It's Horace. So for anybody into the retro gaming, that's Horace, he was like the Sonic for the ZX Spectrum. He was their character. I used to love Horace and all of his little games. Cost me £3, which I was over the moon with. Didn't care, and I've worn it, as I say now, what, 10 years? I've been wearing this one t-shirt for, not continuously, I have had breaks. Now, you can't get like a plain t-shirt in a charity shop for less than £5. It's ridiculous. And again, you can find tops in Primark. It has the label that it's been bought from Primark. You can buy them new in Primark for like £3. Go to a charity shop, £5 to £7 for exactly the same shirt that's been worn and someone's probably died in. Brilliant. Yeah, so charity shops, they've priced out the poor. Let me know what you think. Obviously, you're going to think I'm some sort of evil because I'm pooing on charity shops. But to me, the whole ethos, the whole idea behind charity shops has been mangled now. And it's just a way to make CEOs richer and guilt trip poor people into working for free, which is nasty. Anyway, yeah. Comment, call me an evil whatever, and I'll see you for the next video. Unless you've unsubscribed because, of the charity shop bashing. See you soon. Donald Mackerel. Bye-bye.